Welcome to Business Inside the Game. Business Inside the Game is a platform for entrepreneurs, investors, thought leaders, C-suites, athletes, entertainers, so we can all congregate and get to the solution, get to the problem by interviewing innovators, people who have winning mentalities, people who have winning systems, right? And kind of build an ecosystem where we can all learn and grow from each other. Today, we're going to learn championship pedigree from none other than the Nick Fury to the Avengers, the heart and soul and central intelligence to one of the best ran sports franchise dynasties in basketball history. Defensive Player of the Year, an unstoppable force, the brains, the brawn, the heart, the emotion, a true one-on-one, someone who's carved his own niche and become his own person. And you never, hardly ever see that when it comes to professional sports. I would like to introduce to you, and you know him, Draymond Green, the Rock, and Business Inside the Game.
Appreciate you having me on, brother. I also appreciate the intro. That was nice. I like that.
That's our thing. You know, you coming up, Saginaw, Michigan. You know what I mean? You come up in, not the best of situations. You know what I mean? And your journey, boom, where you are now, right? And everyone being an eyewitness. Like, we have become a witness to your entire life, right? From the media perspective, but never from the Draymond Green perspective.
That part.
Start in Saginaw and walk us through, when was that moment where you were like, okay, I'm Draymond Green? You know what I mean? And what was the DNA that formed you?
Man, honestly, I always go right back to my mom. My mom is special. And I think what she instilled in me from a kid, number one, she would always tell me to be a leader, not a follower. Anything I did, be a leader, be a leader, be a leader. Do something wrong, get in trouble for something, like, you being a follower, were you leading? And I never understood it. When I was young, I used to be like, man, like, why she always say that? Like,
what that mean?
Like, what? Like, why she always say that? But like that was the start of everything, and then if, my mom would always like have us live by, man that don't work, don't eat. So whatever it is that you going for, the man that don't work, he don't eat. And toughness. Like, I think my dad was in the house till I was 11. And then they got a divorce and he wasn't. And I think my mom almost overcompensated sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Where it's like, the last thing I'm gonna let you be is soft. So I'm gonna overcompensate to make sure you have the toughness. In turn, probably lost some empathy for certain things, sympathy for other things, things that I had to pick up later in life. But to her, there was no space for that because you're already being raised in a house by a single woman. And, responsibility, she taught me. And awareness, the awareness that she taught me growing up in Saginaw, making it back home every day was an accomplishment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
like, people don't know how rough they don't know Saginaw.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? They have no idea that, is more to Michigan than Detroit.
100%. 100. Like, Detroit, when you're in Saginaw, to make it to Detroit is an accomplishment.
That's what I'm saying. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we growing up, like, there is no way out. Like, this was my only way out.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had no other way out,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and you come from this small city where it almost feel like in that city, the goal of the people of the city at times feel like it's to hold you there. It's to pull you back there. You know, it's to
Mm-hmm.
keep you right there.
Yeah.
You know, we would call it sagging, people being Saginaw minded. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
my mom, she pushed me to rise above all of that and never would allow me to fall to it.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, I grew up like right in the neighborhood, right in the hood. But she was so alert that like the things that could pull me in her, she did all that she could to keep me from it. And saying that, there's no way to keep you from it. It's everywhere you turn, you know. But my mom is special, man. Like I owe everything that I am.
Shout out to mom.
To her. Like, because the things that she instilled in me, like, and she used to tell me, you have to make it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have no other choice. No choice. You have to make it. And so that's all I knew. Mm-hmm. Like, I had nothing else to think. I wasn't allowed to think that I could fail. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was never an option, man. My mom was special. So much so that, like, I even have my mom around my son as much as I can. Because
she got that.
I know what she
got like, that it factor.
Absolutely.
That it factor.
Absolutely. So, man, that's where it started for me. But it's, like I said, it was an accomplishment every day. Like, guys I grew up with going to jail, getting killed, you know, like, and you see all that on the daily. But hoop was it for me. Like, and the thing I respect about the guys in my neighborhood is like, no, if you wanted to turn left and they was over there, like, hey, bro, not today. You got to be the one to make it. Like, go that way.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm also indebted to those guys that grew up, you know, the guys in my neighborhood.
That's a big thing and a big responsibility because it also gives you confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Facts.
And it gives you the confidence to show up every day. So now it's like, I ain't really got no issues because everybody rooting for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And they carving out whatever they doing in their life to be like, well, I don't want Draymond to see that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Draymond, go over there and hoop. Don't come over here today. You know what I mean? It's static. That's similar to like how I grew up in LA. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, sports is your safe haven.
Yeah, absolutely. Like the gym. So much so that when something's going wrong in my life today and all through since college, like I go to the gym. Mm-hmm. Go to the gym and shoot. Mm-hmm. You know, something bothering me like, man, I just need to get on this court. Mm-hmm. It was a safe haven. Mm-hmm. But that dates back to childhood because I knew no matter what, this is the safe spot. I grew up going to the Civitan Recreation Center. Mm-hmm. In Saginaw, we don't have Bloods, we don't have Crips, we don't have GDs, we don't have Vice Lords. We got East Side, North Side, South Side.
Yeah. Real rivalries.
And the city this big, so you turn the wrong corner, you turn 2 blocks, you on the other side. Like, and there was a place across the street from my house, a recreation center, Civitan Recreation Center. And they had this Civitan League. And when you had a Saturday league, if you played in the league, you couldn't play high school basketball. It's guys that used to not play high school basketball to play in the Civitan League. That's how big the league was. Uh-huh. But also it was a place where North Side guys came and play, South Side guys came and play, East Side guys, BV guys. You have everybody from all hoods in that one gym. And in this gym, ain't no problem. And by the way, when y'all leaving this neighborhood, because you got to come through everything to get to our neighborhood, when you leaving out of this neighborhood, there's no problem. Now, if you come back to that neighborhood later, that's on you.
That's your problem.
But when you leave in that gym, that recreation center, and you out of here, there's no problem. Yeah. And I grew up in that, and like you said, those guys give you confidence because they are it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They the guys. They the guys with the money in the city. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They the guys with the nice cars,
the stories,
everything.
All that.
You know what I'm saying? So they hit. Yeah. So when you tell me like, nah, young fella, you like we love you, but you got to go that way because you this.
Yeah.
So when I go out here in this world, they can't tell me nothing because the guy that I see that is like here, he just told me I'm it. So I go out here and in the world, I could take on all these dudes. By the way, in my mind, they ain't grow up in Saginaw.
Yeah.
So you ain't got what I got. Like, Saginaw gave me something that you ain't got that. Like, and that's how I felt about it. That's how I feel about it.
And then you was playing basketball and football.
I played basketball and football, baseball, all growing up.
What was your favorite sport?
My favorite sport was always basketball to play, football to watch.
Okay.
I loved hooping. Like, that was it
number
for
one,
sure.
numero uno.
Absolutely. Football, I played because that's just what you do. You play the other sport. I was pretty good at football. I was a good defensive end.
Yeah.
I shut the edge down.
Yeah.
And I was a tight end.
Okay.
Get to my freshman year of high school.
Uh-huh.
I played JV football my freshman year. And when we got to the basketball trials, I couldn't move. Like,
wow.
I couldn't run up and down the court. I ended up playing freshman. I never scored less than 27 points on a freshman team all year. But I ended up playing freshman, could not move. And so after that, I'm like, yo, I'm done with football because they chopping me. And I thought that's why my knees was hurting.
Yeah.
I was 6 feet.
Pretty tall.
By my sophomore year, I was this height.
Oh, wow.
So I was going through growing pains.
But
I thought it was because I was getting chopped down.
Up. Yeah.
So I stopped playing football. And for the rest of, and then baseball season ended up bumping into AAU season.
Yeah.
So then it was strictly hoop for me. It was strictly hoop. And everybody always asks about.
Well, I was going to ask you when you got to Michigan State. Sorry, when you got to Michigan State, you know, there's a clip of you playing on the football team, and I just want you to clear it up because I don't know what I'm watching.
They got me looking bad out there.
Hey, bro, they got you looking like you went and tried out and you didn't know the plays.
I was trash. It's crazy. So I'm gonna tell you the story. I'm gonna tell you what happened. So if you go back and watch the clip, there's 2 plays. The first play I line up at tight end, I false start. Second play, I line up at receiver.
Yeah.
Let me backtrack a little bit. In December.
How did you get there?
Exactly. Let me backtrack a little bit.
Like, how did you get in the past?
In December, the teams, everybody on Christmas break, winter break, the team, we have a game, and the team is going to the bowl game. So they come, they get announced at the game, you know what I'm saying, the whole thing. So when they was there for that game, I said to Coach D at that game when they was getting announced, like, Coach D, I want to play in the spring game. This is my junior year.
That's fire.
This is my junior year, December, right? So next year would be my senior year. So this is my last opportunity because after that, I'm going to the draft. So I'm like, Coach D, I want to play in the spring game. He was like, all right, great. You can. No problem. Come out to practice. So leading up to the spring game was on a Thursday. That Monday, I went to his office like, Coach D, you said I could play in the spring game. He was like, oh, yeah. Come to practice tomorrow. We got practice Tuesday. We off Wednesday. The game on Thursday. I'm like, all right, bet. I come to practice. They get me padded up. Number one, they give me the worst pads. Like, I got offensive lineman pads. I look crazy. But I don't think nothing of it. You know why? Because I'm just excited as hell. I'm about to play in the spring game, so I don't think nothing of it.
Yeah, whatever equipment they give me, I'm rolling.
They give me 83, which when I look back on it now, I'm like, but if they didn't want me to look like an idiot, they would have gave me 23.
Yeah,
right.
They gave you a respectable number.
So I'm like, all right, whatever. I go out.
Wait, it was 83, right?
It was 83.
Yeah, that's a respectable number.
For a tight end, but I'm a basketball player out here supposed to look nice.
Yeah.
So I go to practice on Tuesday, and they showing me all this stuff, man. Like, if a guy press you, you come through here, swim up.
Yeah.
All these things. Mm-hmm. If the linebacker is 6 yards off the line, then you run a 5 yard and out. But if he's 7 yards off the line, you run a post and get right behind. And so, number one, I'm like,
it's too much.
I'm immediately like, oh, this is why all these freshmen redshirt.
Yeah.
Because the learning curve, like, So you mean in real time, I need to count these marks of how all these things. And I'm also like, oh, this is why when I'm watching football, sometimes the quarterback throw it over here and the receiver over there, and the quarterback like, yo, and the receiver like, yo, somebody made the wrong read. Mm-hmm. All these things. And I'm like, so they show me all the stuff. We go through practice, boom, off day, next day, game. Like, yo, you gonna line up at tight end the first play? We'll go from there.
Yeah.
I line up at tight end. They like, we going on hit.
Yeah.
Set, hit.
What was the play? Was it a running play or a pass play?
Nah, it was a pass play. I was going 6 yards behind, 6 yards, get behind linebacker, button hook in.
Dog.
I got me a pass.
Come on, dog. You false started on your play.
So check this out. So they tell me we going on set hit.
Yeah.
Line up. I ain't watching the ball or nothing. I'm just like, yo, I'm about to catch a pass. Line up, get in my three-point stance. The whole defensive line and whole offensive line go hit. I just take off. I hear hit.
Yeah.
Number one, the lineman can't talk. That's a penalty. The whole line yell hit.
Oh, on the defense.
They was in on it.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody yell hit.
Yeah.
Also, they don't know our count.
Yeah.
Everybody yell hit. I ain't thinking nothing of it. I false start. They like, all right, you gonna line up at receiver. At the time,
we let you run the playback?
No. False start, move back 5 yards. Go line up at receiver. Cool. So at the time, Johnny Adams is the cornerback. Johnny Adams like 5'10", 5'11".
Yeah.
Buck 80 soaking wet.
He got a little man complex.
Monster. All-American monster. You hear me?
Yeah.
If this is the line of scrimmage, bro, like this. So I immediately started thinking like, why is he so close to the line? Whatever, I'm about to go catch this pass. I line up. I take off. Yeah. So I'm like, oh, that's why he's so close to the line. But I'm going 10-yard comeback.
Yeah.
Again, Johnny Adams 180 soaking wet. So I get my 10, but he held me the whole time.
Yeah.
The part that they don't tell y'all is see they cut it off. That's a hold.
Yeah.
I picked up a first down, and that was the beginning and the end of my football career. So that's what happened. They got me out there looking crazy. However, people also sell it like, yo, he played at Michigan State and he was terrible. I never played football at Michigan State.
Yeah,
but what I did do,
record.
you know what I did do? What none of you hoopers got a chance to do, which was my goal.
Play spring.
I played in the Michigan State spring game.
Killer.
And so I was happy about it, but I look crazy. I can admit. But they set me up that way.
I would have did that too. I got hurt at UCLA. I would have loved to do that. I actually wanted to go to Notre Dame, and I would have signed to Notre Dame if they would have let me walk on and play football.
And they said no.
They thought I was lying. But I'm a huge Notre Dame football fan. But that was like, man, you'll let me play football? They was like, hell nah. I ain't say hell no. It was like, nah. I was like, all right, well.
You know, we had a couple guys throughout the Michigan State basketball era that played both. And what I learned is, which is part of the reason they probably told you no, you have to come in on a football scholarship and then walk onto the basketball team because of the numbers. And so from a basketball standpoint, I can't let you play football and I only got 13 scholarships or 12 scholarships or whatever it is. I let you play football, you're gone till January.
Yeah.
And that's one less scholarship I'm down as opposed to the football guys. They get you the whole time.
And
then you go play basketball once that season ends. But they also got 70-something scholarships.
70, makes more sense.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
Or maybe they thought you was weak.
No, I was cold, bro. Hey, bro. First of all, I'd have put the fit together. You gotta, you didn't spend no time. You just put your stuff on.
I put on what they gave me, bro. I looked terrible, bro. It was a setup. I can't believe they did me like that. I love Michigan State, man. They set me up.
I would have did the same thing though. How influential is Tom Izzo?
Man, you know what?
As when you get to Michigan State, like what kind of role does he play?
So when I went to Michigan State, I wanted to go to Michigan State my whole life. That was my dream school. My aunt went there when I was a little kid. I was scared of Sparty at like age 3. He used to run from Sparty like crazy. my aunt stayed in the same dorm. I ended up staying in when I got to Michigan State. But I always wanted to go to Michigan State. And then Mo Cleaves, Mo Pete, Tone Smith, Charlie Bell, then Flintstones, which was right near me. And then don't let Jason Richardson go there from Saginaw.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Oh, they won a national championship. Yeah. I really got to go there. I'm 10 years old.
Yeah.
So it's my dream school. And it almost never happened for me. Like, obviously I committed to Kentucky before, but even once I wasn't committed to Kentucky, I was on my unofficial visit, and we were sitting in Izzo's conference room. And again, let's go back to my mom. My mom tough, man. And my high school coach, Coach Dawkins, my mom, I think Coach Bruce was there, and Reverend Brian, who was like, Rev was the announcer at our games in high school, but he was big Michigan State guy. Yeah. So we all sit in the room, and Izzo's talking, doing this thing, and my mom like, enough, you a liar. You a liar. He like, what? He like, you a liar. I called up here a couple times for you ain't hit me back. He like, what? Who ain't hit you back? You ain't called me, da-da-da. She like, yes, I did. I talked to that lady in there. He's like, all right, fine, she's fired then. He didn't really fire her. He's like, fine, she's fired. So then they get into it. She's like, we'll leave. We don't need to be here. She's like, all right, fine, leave then. So my mom was like, all right, we out. Get up. His house up. No. Hold on. Don't go nowhere. So then we talk. We get it back in a good place. And I remember I had a list of 7 things that I named to him that I wanted out of a school I picked. And it was like, I want to win. I want to go pro. I want to graduate. I want a family-like environment. I want a couple more things. But the last thing was also I want to play, like playing time.
Yeah.
And so he goes through these things, these lists of 6 things, and he win. I've been to this many Final Fours. Every player that's played for me for 4 years has been to a Final Four. Graduation rate, 96%, blah, blah, blah. Family atmosphere, you see all the guys back. This is what it is. He goes to these things, and he gets to the 7th thing. He's like, 7, like playing time. I can't guarantee you that because I don't know how you going to work, who going to outwork you. So how could I guarantee you that? I can't lie to you like that. And I was like, oh, that's real because John Beeline up the street just told me I'm playing 35 minutes as a rookie. As a freshman. So maybe he is lying to me. And Iz was just real, man. And that's the best decision I ever made because still to this day, like
that's your guy.
What? Like my man. Like I call him for anything.
Yeah.
I've had my fair share of trouble in the NBA. When something happened with me, Bob Myers, Steve, they call Iz.
Yeah.
Like, yo, do this. And he be on my bumper. Like, yo, it don't even got to be anything big that the world sees. It could be anything. He like, yo, what the fuck? Still to this day, I'm in year 12. I'm about to go in year 13. Still to this day. Something going on with me I'm in a tough spot one time, man. I'm going through it. I'm fucked up. My man flew on a red eye. Well, he flew early in the morning to come see me. Spent the whole day with me and got on the red eye. The middle of his season.
Yeah.
People don't do that,
people
man.
don't do that.
Like, college coach don't care once you go. And the way he stayed involved in my life, the amount of care that he has, like, one of the realest dudes I ever met, man. I would give my right arm for Tom Izzo.
That's what's up. I played for Tom Izzo, man. He was just personable and real. You know what I mean? And like like if you tell him the truth, he was gonna be straight.
100%.
And that's what you like, and he was gonna always tell you the truth. You know what I mean?
100%.
And I respect that out of him. But it's also like, Michigan State, y'all got a brotherhood, y'all got a legacy, y'all got, dynasties of teams and players, and y'all all come back, and like fellowship, talk about that too. Talk about like being a part of that, that legacy, that Michigan State legacy, and what that did for you as a freshman, and then, ultimately as a senior. Y'all won a national championship.
No,
right?
we lost in the national championship.
Y'all lost
we
to
lost.
who?
Carolina.
North
we
Carolina.
got cracked too, man.
Oh,
They had a pro team though, man. They had Tyler Hansbrough,
yeah, they had
Ty Lawson, Wayne
Sean
Ellington,
May.
Danny Green.
Oh, yeah, they had a squad.
Ed Davis, Larry
Yeah,
Drew,
Oh, yeah.
Deion Thompson,
Oh, yeah. Everybody.
Tyler Zeller.
Everybody went pro.
Everybody. And the only one of those guys I just named that didn't go to the NBA, Deion Thompson, played 13 years, 14 years
overseas
in EuroLeague.
Yeah.
They had a pro team. They destroyed us. But, man, the legacy.
Which I got there, though.
Yeah, we got there. But I'm tight about it still. I
Yeah.
give up one of my championship rings to get that college.
Yeah,
I want it so bad. I can't never get it back. It hurt my feelings, man. I'm still crushed about that. But the legacy, man, honestly, that brotherhood is, you know, it go back to our OGs. You know what I'm saying? Like Steve Smith. Magic passed it to Steve Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Steve Smith, in a major way, passed it to Mateen Cleaves, and Mateen Cleaves took it from where Steve Smith gave it and took it to new heights. I think one of the reasons, like, I hit it off with you so well, and like I got nothing but love for you. Like, you remind me so much of Mo Cleaves, man.
Yeah.
Like how y'all ride for people, how y'all stand 10 toes down, point guard, same body type, like.
That was my guy, Mo
leaders.
Cleaves, yeah.
Like, y'all remind me so much of each other. That's my big bro still. I was texting Mo last night.
He made me feel like hella cool at Nike camp when I wasn't supposed to. Well, I thought I was supposed to be there, but everybody thought I wasn't supposed to be there. Mm-hmm. And he was like, you know, he was rocking with me.
He a real one.
Yeah.
Man, I love Mo Cleaves.
Michigan State, after Michigan State, getting ready for the draft. You know what I mean? Your dream is starting to come true. Mm-hmm. Walk us through that moment. You're heading in the draft. Where do you think you're going? You wind up 35th to the Warriors. You know, walk me through that whole experience.
Well, first off, winding up at 35th, although it don't seem like it at the time, it's the best thing that ever happened to me. Yep. I always tell people, and I was supposed to be a first-round pick, but I always tell people, actually going first round didn't really even fit my story. Like, when you go back to the story from elementary school, me being a first-round pick, it actually don't fit the story. Because first-round picks are given opportunities. I ain't never been given that opportunity, so why now, you know?
Yeah.
However, win National Player of the Year, like, you know.
That is a guaranteed lottery slot.
Yeah,
that is guaranteed lottery.
But, you know, when I was coming out, there was this word that they used to use, and it was a death sentence at the time. It was called a tweener. And they say, like, yo, you're a tweener. For those that don't know what a tweener is, it's like, what position are you? You in between a 3 and a 4. What is it?
Yeah.
And I used to tell them, like, I'm not really either. I just know how to play basketball. You put me on the court. If you put me out there at the 3, I'll be fine. You put me out there at the 4, I'll be fine. But I know how to play basketball. And so coming out, going through the draft process, I had got promises from like Memphis that if I was there at 24, they would take me, or 25, they would take me. One of the picks they were. Cleveland was 24. I had got promises from Memphis at 24, 25. Indiana was like 25, 26. They're like, yo, if you're there, we're taking you. Atlanta was 20.
So back in the back half 25. Of the draft.
Yeah, so right, like 24, 25, 26, 29. All these people had, like, if you there, we're going to take you. The week of the draft, Chris Wallace, who was the GM in Memphis, like, switched positions, pretty much got fired, but they moved him to a different position. Rick Son, who was the general manager of the Hawks at the time, he was bumped.
Larry
Bird, I'm in Indiana for a second workout with the Pacers. Larry Bird steps down. This is the day before the draft. He steps down that morning. I wake up in Indiana for a workout, look at ESPN. This was the time I used to watch ESPN, go to sleep with ESPN, wake up. Sport coming across the screen, Larry Bird resign. I'm waking up like, what
am I doing here?
Why am I here? Larry Bird. So all of these things happened. And then the Chicago Bulls, which a story ended up coming out, Chicago Bulls tell me they're going to draft me. Tibbs and those guys all wanted me. They passed on me, and they took Marcus Teague at 29, I think. And so the first round passed me by, and I ended up falling to the Warriors. But I thought I was going anywhere from 23 to 29.
Okay.
And I had like 4 promises within those range, and they all fell apart. It's the best thing that ever happened to me, though. I fall to the Warriors. The Warriors had the 30th pick, which they drafted Festus Ezeli.
Yep.
And in their minds, they said we kind of had intel that we knew you weren't being taken at 33 and 34. That was Cleveland picks who they traded them to Dallas. Washington had 32, and Charlotte had 31. It was like we kind of didn't think that either one. We thought one of those teams could possibly take you, but we had pretty good intel that you wouldn't. And so I would end up dropping to 35, which was the best thing that ever happened to me for a couple reasons. A, I went to the Warriors and we redefined what it means to play basketball. We changed the way the game is played. Yeah. And the history is obviously there. It's the history. But 2, I got to the money faster.
Way faster.
As a first round pick.
Yeah.
You don't get to your money till after 4 years.
Yeah, and you got to prove.
Absolutely. I got to the money after 3 years. So going into my 4th year, I was the highest paid player in the draft. Coming from my draft for a year.
That's killer.
But it worked out for me, though, man. It was the best thing that happened to me because...
Who are the first 5 picks in your draft?
The first 5 picks in my draft was Anthony Davis, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, Bradley Beal, Deion Waiters, and Thomas Robinson.
It's a good draft.
Was the first 5 picks in my draft. Damian Lillard was 6. Mm-hmm. Harrison Barnes was 7 to the Warriors.
To the Warriors.
Terrence Ross was 8. Mm-hmm. Andre Drummond was 9. Austin Rivers was 10. I could keep going.
It don't matter.
Story for another day.
It don't matter where you get drafted.
It don't. You know what's crazy?
As long as you get to the right team.
That's all that matters. You get drafted to the wrong situation. Here's the problem. No one ever blames these organizations. Yeah. They're never like, yo, this kid went to that organization that sucks. Yeah. Worst organization in the league. And it was an uphill battle for him from there. Yeah. So from draft night, he went to that organization. He was fighting an uphill battle. No one ever says that. Yeah. It's always the kid fault. He did this. He wasn't there.
He didn't perform. No,
you're a coach. You're an organization. You take on a responsibility of developing these players. If you don't, you suck. Mm-hmm. That's just what's going to...
Period.
And so it worked out for me, man, because I end up... The relationships that I've built being in San Francisco, in the Bay, in Oakland, are special, man. The knowledge that I've been able to gain, the network that I've been able to build. And I've had the opportunity for 12 years to play with the best organization in the NBA. I could not fall to a better situation. Right? And that's just what it is. And then another thing, I fell to a situation that was perfect for me because they had no one like me. They had no one that was outspoken. Mm-hmm. They had no one that, like, I'll take it on the chin. It is what it is. Yeah. They had no one that, like, you ain't messing with him.
They didn't have a front. They didn't have a front liner.
And so it was a perfect situation for me. I remember Mark Jackson my first year. I mean, not even my first year. When I first got on the phone with him, he said, yo, as soon as I got drafted, he's like, happy to have you out here. I just want you to come out here and be the same guy I've watched for 4 years at Michigan State, the same guy that I've heard about, the same guy that I've read about. I want you to come here and be exactly him. Don't back down for nobody. This team needs toughness, and I know you can bring that to this team. Come in and be exactly that guy. And so from day one, I came in like, I'm just come in and do what I do. I'm going to be me. If I see something, I'm going to say it. Yeah. You ain't gonna bully me. I remember the first time David Lee got the ball in the post, we was playing pickup. He like, oh, I got a mouse in the house, mouse in the house. I snatched the ball over the top, put my hand like kind of around him. If he's posting like this, my hand came over the shoulder, snatched the ball, he fell. Like, come on, D. Lee, don't do that to me. Like, ain't no mouse. Like, you know, it's different, bro. Like, D. Lee was great for me. He was my vet, but like, it's the best situation, man.
I feel like, you know, you go into a situation where you got somebody like David Lee there who has a claim, you know what I mean? And you watching him, you know, get double-doubles, you know what I mean? Like, he getting double-doubles like it's nobody business, but it's also more so formulaic. You know what I mean? It's formulaic. And, you know, it can help you win, you know what I mean? But it's not going to guarantee a win. Yeah. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think you became the next progression of I know how to make this work.
For sure. And a part of that was also, man, I practiced with David Lee every day. I just couldn't do what he did.
Yeah,
like, I couldn't jump hook
he was
hands and
he was an offensive like system.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, people need to understand that. Like, there are offensive guys like David Lee, like dudes who can just like score. It's their art to score and their art to like rebound. You know what I mean? And that's their art. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
And he had that down to a T. So I would go through the drills with him. Left hand jump hook, right hand jump hook. I'm just like, glass, all net. Like, man, I can't consistently do left hand jump hooks off the glass. Like, I came out of college, my right hand jump hook was nasty. But like, I can't do that. So like, let me find my niche. And ironically, I fell in the draft because they said what position I would guard. Geniuses. My niche, my way on the court was to get stops.
Yeah.
Nobody was playing defense like that. And so when it came down to it, my rookie year, there were some games I played 3 seconds, 17 seconds, because the game went to overtime and I played the last defensive possession of regulation and the last defensive, like, that was my way onto the court.
Right.
And so I had to do that. But as somebody who they said, like, I don't know what position he's going to guard.
Yeah.
So he shouldn't be in the NBA. That became my calling card, which is crazy to me.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. It's like it's like you playing against a dude like that who score. You gotta guard him every day.
Absolutely.
You watching him do that every night. You know what I mean? And you watching it, it's like, man, if I can do this to him, imagine what I can do to him. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Imagine how I can dominate. And so your moment, right? Do you remember the moment where you're like, oh shit, I've arrived? Like, I'm actually like, okay, I'm the dude. Let me sit up real quick. You know what I'm saying? I may have my glass of wine. That may be a nice, self-indulgent moment. When was that moment where you were like, yo, I'm him for this team?
So it's funny because it was kind of broken up. And the reason it was broken up is because we had a coaching change. So after my second year, we lose to the Clippers in the first round, Game 7. And that series I averaged 22 and 11, that series, for over the 7-game series, because D-Lee was hurt. And I got off, we lost in Game 7, whatever. So now I remember I told Adrian Stelly, who was my Nike rep at the time, who's now the head of sports marketing at Converse. And I told Stells, me and Stells super tight, that's my brother. And I told Stells, I called him I was with him right after the series. He was there at the game. And I'm like, Stells, they done fucked up. He's like, what you talking about?
Yep.
I said, Stells,
let them figure it out.
They just let me realize I can be an all-star in this league. Yeah. Like, that's what I just realized in this series, is that I can be an all-star in this league. And he was like, I remember his words verbatim. He said, shit, go do it then.
Yeah.
Say no more. So now coming into my third year, I'm excited. Like, now I just averaged 22 and 11 against.
I'm coming off a nice little playoff.
Yeah. And it's Blake. You know,
Yeah.
Blake at the time.
Yeah,
everybody like Blake. Is Blake the best power forward? Is he the second best?
Yeah. He was up
22
there.
and 11, right? So I'm like, oh, this is a big year for me coming into year 3, and it's my contract year. So I asked my agent at the time, I'm like, yo, if the Warriors are like, I made $875 my third year. I'm like, yo, if they'll just like, they had the team option, like, don't pick up the team option, give me 5 for 25, I'm straight.
Yeah.
They didn't do it. David Lee gets hurt to start training camp. At the time, Steve comes in. Steve Kerr takes his first head coaching job. He got me slotted to play 12 to 14 minutes a game. This is after I just averaged 22 and 11. So if you go back and look at the preseason from when Steve, like the first few games of the preseason, I'm playing like 9 minutes, 11 minutes. I'm like, this some bullshit. Like, oh my God. D-Lee gets hurt. I step in. We finish the preseason. We start the season. And so remember, after that series, I'm like, we start the season, and now I'm starting because D-Lee out. We start the season 16-1. D-Lee comes back, and him and Steve have a moment during practice, D-Lee being sarcastic, and D-Lee says something. Steve like, oh, and Steve was like, oh, yeah, you playing tonight? And D-Lee was like, oh, yeah, I'm playing tonight. He's like, all right. So when D-Lee says he's playing tonight, now we about to start walking through the other team plays. I walked off the court. Like, D-Lee back. Steve like, nah, we going to start the way we've been starting.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
It's all.
I got the spot.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, I got the spot. It's cool. Great. Fast forward, we end up going on to win a championship that year. I signed. Remember, they turned down my 5 for 25 I wanted.
Yeah.
I ended up signing 5 for 82.
Bingo.
And that was cool. Great. We won a championship. I just got my money. But then year 4 happens. And in year 4, that's when I felt like, all right,
I'm that guy.
I'm here. They know I'm here. I got my respect in the league now. Now let me take that to another level. And that's the year I won. We won 73. I went to my first All-Star game. And then I was like, wow. But it was also another moment a couple years before that where I made the select team for the USA team. And when I made the select team and I played against those dudes, I'm like, yo, I can be here.
Yeah.
Like, I can play with these dudes.
Yep.
Like, I think I'm at that level with these guys. And so I had a few moments that was just like constant reminders for me because the first time I didn't really believe it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
Yeah.
I had a few moments where I'm like, all right, like I really think like I'm one of them dudes in this league.
Yeah.
And it was big for me, man, because my senior year of college, I remember walking into my assistant coach office and telling him like, man, D, this is my last year hooping. He like, what? I said, D, I'm not going overseas, man. I can't do it. Like, that's just too far away from home for me. Like, I can't do it. He like, man, shut up. You'll get drafted. I'm like, yeah, all right. I don't think so, but this is it for me.
Yeah.
And so to go from that to like 3 years later, like feeling like, oh, I'm really one of them dudes.
I'm one of these guys.
It's crazy for me, man. It's crazy. I still have pinch myself moments.
You have to.
Like, it's like
you have
like,
to.
Yo,
like you have to think because like you have battle greats.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And
Facts.
Generational greats. You know what I mean? And you've seen people in the prime or in the peak of their prime. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And so, you know, and it's really a testament to like this winning pedigree of like, you didn't ask for nothing but the opportunity.
That part.
You know what I mean? Talk about like how that is like a driving factor or motivating factor in like your realm of business and how you do business, because you do the same thing as far as setting dudes up, putting people on. You know what I mean? I've watched you like put so many people in positions of power in sports, you know what I mean? In venture and business, you know what I mean? Being in San Francisco, talk about that relationship. Like, you know, now you the man, you know, Warriors won a championship, right? Talk about like also like the transition of like, all right, I'm business too, right?
Peter Guber told me something, part owner of the Warriors, majority owner of the Warriors. He told me something when I was maybe a rookie, but for sure my second year. He said, Draymond, I'm like, Peter, I would love to meet with you. We met, and I have a great relationship with him. Mm-hmm. He said, Draymond, I'm going to tell you something. Never forget this. Relationship capital is the best capital in the world you can have. He said, Draymond, I own this thing. He said, I don't have enough money to own all those things. He said, but I have relationships. And relationships will take you way further than any dollar could ever take you. Mm-hmm. Boom. I implant that in my head. That's ingrained. I've never forgotten it. And so I start to build relationships. And just building these relationships, not like, yo, I want to talk to this guy because he can do something for me. Because what you learn is ain't nobody doing shit for you.
Right.
Right. I don't care who you know.
Totally.
If you don't bring nothing to the table, you don't have an idea, you don't have a talent. You can find the best billionaire, the richest billionaire. Totally. They ain't giving you a penny. Totally. Like, ain't doing nothing for you.
Totally.
So for me, I'm like, all right, start to build a relationship. I don't want nothing, just build a relationship, maybe pick your brain, maybe ask you a question here or there, that's it. And man, the network that I built, like, I mean, some of my friends are like the top venture capitalists in the world. You talking Shamav, David Sachs, Jason Calcanis, Bill Gurley, Sky Dayton. Like, these are my friends though. Like, these ain't like people I like, oh, I know him. Like, no, these are my real friends. And so I sit with them, I listen to them, and I just pluck information, right? Like, oftentimes I am by a long shot, the dumbest person in the room. I absolutely love it. I love the feeling of it because I can only grow. There's no downside. And you start to build those relationships. And then also Math, Rich, Randy, Brian, PR. Like, seeing how they operate, seeing the things that they do, how they move this piece to get to that. Okay. They took me in. You know what I'm saying? They accepted me in. Great, I get to learn from them. All right, now that I'm learning from them, now I can implement this
into your ecosystem,
into my ecosystem, right? And
that's fine.
Plucking knowledge from these guys, man. And for me, that's what it's about, man. Like my friends now, like, we go to dinner, we go do this, they pick up the tab sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we go to some crazy expensive dinner, I'm gonna pick it up. Yeah. But like, we go to reasonable dinners, they pick it up. Yeah. They'll split it. Like, they'll do that. One guy pick it up. Like, that's what it's about, man. Yeah. And for me, I'm forever grateful. And when I approach this business stuff, I approach it the same way I do basketball. You're not gonna outwork me. I'm gonna go do it myself. Like, I sometimes have issues with my team because they're like, well, you're doing this. Fair, in particular, Fair works with Clutch. Fair be like, you're doing this, you're doing that, and how am I supposed? Like, that's just who I am, Fair. Like, that's just how I am. Like, I'm going to build the relationships myself. I'm going to connect some of these dots myself. I'm not just going to rely on the agency to do everything for me. Like, nah, this is just who I am. And so it's been a beautiful thing, man, to kind of dish the guys. And I think one of the best compliments I ever got from a business perspective was like, or from a business place. I'm a partner in the Volume podcast network. And Colin Cowherd said to me, like, man, why do you work like this? Like, you're rich. You have a crazy day job, like a crazy demanding day job. And yet, like, you doing these podcasts at 3 a.m. sometimes. Like, why do you work like this? And for me, it's like, yes. Yeah. Because what I didn't want is, I know the expectation. I'm not crazy. I know what people think of us. What the last thing I would want is to come in and being what everyone thinks is the typical athlete. Not going to get the work done, going to skip weeks. Like, I remember the first time I missed a week on my podcast, my producer had to make me like, yo, I know you want to do it, but it's cool. Like, we're back next week. And I'm like, nah.
Gotta get it done.
I got to get it. And finally, I'm like, all right, man. Like, if you say so. But, like, that's how I'm cut. Like, I only know to approach this business, to approach all the work that I do off the court with the same drive. I give the same drive to everything that I do, and from a business perspective, that I gave or give to the game of basketball. Because I know that recipe worked.
Yeah.
So if the work worked over here, this is just a different lane.
Mm-hmm.
I think the work can work over here as well.
Yeah.
And that's how I approach it, man. Like, you're not going to outwork me. I refuse to be outworked. I made a living because I just refuse to be outworked.
Yeah.
The last thing, I can't go home at night and go to bed. Like, man, he outworked me. Like, I didn't get this done because they outworked me. Or this, like,
That is not the case.
man, that's for suckers. So for me, I
love it.
I'm going to go. I'm going to put the work in.
Yeah.
And if I got to fly here for 4 hours and I got to be back there, I'm going to take that flight, because if I don't, somebody else going to take that flight. And that's how I approach everything. It's only your spot until it ain't. And I need to lock my spot in.
I love that. That's the Nick Fury masterminds assembling the Marvel team, the central intelligence of, another thing, like just being the central intelligence of the game, man. Like I marvel at, like, your mind is beautiful.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? Like, when you hoop, you have a beautiful mind. You are able to do so many things. You know what I mean? Just from the power of your will, your leadership, and like your mind. So like your basket, like you can't like tweener, whatever, like you're a multi-level thinker. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You thinking about you, him, Steph, Clay, Harrison Barnes or Nick Young or JaVale McGee, talk about, and I think this would be good for entrepreneurs. Talk about, like, you are like the brains of the operation out there on the floor. How, like, that is how do you train that? How do you skill that up? You know what I mean?
Well, number one, I'm blessed. Like, I think I'm blessed with an incredible understanding of the game of basketball. And then my blessings go further because I've had great coaches. I had my uncle started me with basketball. He taught me the game from the gate. Like, my uncle always called me, tell you, nephew, boy, you know that game.
Yeah.
And the only thing, the only regret I have is that I never taught you to be a one-on-one scorer. He always tell me, I said, I taught you everything else, but I never taught you to be a one-on-one scorer. He said, and that's my only regret, nephew. But my uncle, like, I learned help side defense in first grade. There was guys that didn't learn IC to end up coming to my high school team.
Pros.
You see guys coming to the league now. They don't know help side defense.
No, they don't.
I learned help side defense in first grade. And so with my natural God-given ability, on top of having great coaches, on top of the will to be great, I think it became a beautiful product. But it entails so much more, like it embodies, it requires so much more than just being smart, because it requires, I know people don't think this about me, but it requires a level of humility.
Absolutely.
Like a huge level of humility.
That is the biggest sacrifice.
Absolutely.
That's the biggest sacrifice.
Most of the time, it can't be about me. I have to understand how you feel. I have to understand what you like. I have to understand what makes you tick. I have to understand what shuts you down. I have to understand what that guy can do to get under your skin, so that if I see him doing that, I can go stop it, because I know that's going to get to you. Like, there's so many things that I have to understand that's actually nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
And
it's everything else.
Absolutely.
Everything.
Absolutely. And by the way, I fucked this up once in my career. You're not allowed to go say, yo, this, and that. You don't understand this or you don't do that. I always say, like, the one mistake I made with KD is, like, understanding some of his weaknesses where he wasn't as great, because we all have weaknesses. I didn't care for him the right way in one moment, and it fucked everything. But that's where the humility comes. So for one moment, I lost my humility. Like, fuck you. And if you really heard the conversation, my words verbatim, motherfucker, I do this too.
Yeah.
Humility out the door, the things out the door.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so the humility being the biggest thing, relationships. You have to build relationships with these guys, because guess what? You can't lead if you don't have a relationship. Like, why would they listen to you?
Who's gonna follow?
They're young, they're rich, they're famous. What am I gonna listen to you for?
Yeah.
But if you got the relationship,
if you know them,
you know what I'm saying? They listen, and you can get them to run through this wall.
Yeah.
Right? And so the relationships is huge, really big. And then I would say the last thing is, like, obviously you got to put the work in, but you have to be willing to take the fall.
Yes.
If you're not willing to take the fall, you'll spend a lot of time pointing the finger.
Absolutely.
And then nobody respects you. You're going to get guys slapping their lips going the other way. I think part of the reason that when I'm getting on a guy, you hardly ever see a reaction, or you hardly ever see
they get
a
mad,
guy,
but they know it's the truth.
Like bolt on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you hardly ever see that. And it's because, by the way, yo, you fucking this up. Like, you are destroying this. But before I tell you what you're fucking up, I'm going to tell you what I'm doing wrong.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm messing this, and this up.
Yeah.
And you're messing this up.
Yeah.
I'm humble enough to know what I'm messing up, but also to admit it to you. By the way, you probably don't even see my mistakes, because I see the game from a different place. So you probably don't even see the mistakes that I am making.
That you need to cover.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's almost like, you know, you've mastered this system and you've become a perfectionist. You know what I mean? And as you get older, you have to always try to figure out, how do you talk to your younger self?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of times, like, it becomes frustrating, because it's like, not that it's the play that fucks it up. It's the awareness and the effort, which leads to the lack of trust that you're going to do it or figure it out. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's kind of tough. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, you're in a tough position, you know, because, like, what we see is, oh, Draymond be tripping. You know what I mean? Like, what I see is, like, man, every team needs Draymond Green. If you want to turn your fucking organization around, you need that. That's what Steven Jackson was. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't give a fuck who he was. He was going to say what needed to be said, because it needed to be said in order for us to get from here to here, right? And I think that's what great leaders do, and not being afraid to get backlash to say, well, if you telling me to do this, you didn't do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Iron sharpen iron.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's never a time. And I always tell guys, even young guys, yo, there's never a time that you can't say it to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have an issue ever that you can't say it to me. Like, it's cool. You should, by the way, you should say that. And if you do, the respect goes much further. We had, last year, we had like this team mini camp. CP had brought it over. We had never done it. CP came over. CP like, yo, let's do this team mini camp. We do the mini camp. No, actually, this is after the mini camp. This is me preparing. Now, I missed the first couple games of the year this year. And I'm like ramping up, we playing pickup, and the young guys will play, as you know. And Brandon Pazimski, I turned the ball over for game. And he started going crazy. Like, you can't fucking turn the ball over for game. That's some bullshit. Don't turn the fucking ball over. And I just sat there like,
You're right.
you're right. Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
And the only thing I said to him, I said, yo, just make sure that when these things happen in the game, you keep that same energy.
Yeah.
Because I need that.
Yeah.
Like, no problem.
Yeah,
Thank you, by the
yeah.
way. I won't turn the ball
I'm
over
not gonna
game
do that.
again.
Yeah.
But again, this is a rookie. Like, and I'm telling you, I wish I had the clip. He's like cussing me out.
Yeah.
Like, no problem. I can take it too. But I did turn the ball. No
Yeah.
problem. And so I've always appreciated that. And to your point of like your younger self, I love that so much because that was me. I was the young guy who would be like, like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
And so I can appreciate that, man. And it's helped me grow. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? It's helped me grow a lot. Dealing with these younger guys, it's helped me grow so much. Like Jonathan Kuminga challenged me to grow in a way that no one has ever challenged me. And I think I'm on the right path for that growth.
Yeah.
But I appreciate him because for him, it was like, I don't care what you've done. Why should I respect what you're saying?
Yeah.
And that was me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
Why should you got to tell me? Well, I don't care if he respect what you
Yeah.
said.
You gotta get down on my level,
like,
homie.
Why should I respect what you said?
Yeah.
And Jonathan Kuminga challenged me in that way. I'm forever grateful for the young fella because it required a level of growth in my leadership that I didn't know I needed to take.
Mm-hmm.
But we always need to grow.
Absolutely.
And so it was huge for me. He's huge for me. And my goal for the rest of my career is to be as big for him as he's been for me.
Yeah.
And he don't understand or know how big he's been for me. But my goal for the rest of my career, for the rest of the time that I am his teammates on the Golden State Warriors,
To turn him into that dude.
is to make sure he become exactly what I believe he become, and to make sure that I can have the same imprint on his career that he's just had on me and forcing me to be a better leader.
That's amazing, man. It's taking that, that Michigan State, that passing the torch, you know what I mean? And also, like, man, we in this game to learn.
Yes, sir.
It's like, shit, we still kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? As far as, like, the rest of the world, what people go through in normal lives,
Yep.
You know what I mean? But also, we got great responsibility, great spotlight, prime spotlight, and a lot of misconceptions, misunderstanding. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And so, I know you spoke out about mental health. We always talk about mental health, but it's important to always know that you are doing good being who you are, because from what I hear, you're just trying to get better.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And so to that, it's like, how would you want your legacy to be articulated? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what does this next chapter look like for Draymond Green and, his legacy as a champion, as a leader, as a you know what I mean? As a terror on the court. Like, what does this next, chapter look like now that, we say our dynasty crew is over, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But, you spoke on Kuminga, also love for you to speak on Steph, but like, what does this next chapter look like? And then how do you want your legacy to be revealed once you walk away from the game?
Man, I'll start with Steph. Steph, to me, he's kind of like my moral compass.
Mm-hmm.
When it's time for me to make a decision, or if I'm thinking about something, if I go ask him, he always know the right thing to say.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, man, they got us doing this bullshit appearance. On Wednesday, we were just gone for 11 days. We got back one day. We got a game Monday and Tuesday. We got back Sunday. We got a game Monday and Tuesday. We got Wednesday off. We play Thursday and Friday. We leave again on Saturday for 7 more days. And they got us doing an event on Wednesday. I ain't going. I'm not. That's some bullshit. That's a bullshit event they got. I ain't going. And he's like, he hear it. He like, all right. Go talk to Mike. Mike, this ain't right. Da da da. Boom. Get a text. Event off. Y'all ain't got to go to the event. Boom. I just wouldn't have went.
Yeah.
He like, nah, it's a way to do it. That's one thing. Another thing is with him,
he like a little fixer, huh?
for sure, all the time. Like, and then there's life. And Steph's been married now for 12 years, I think, 12, 13 years. So he's seen a lot more than me from a marriage, from a family perspective. When I got questions, I can go ask. And he immediately knows the right answer to say. Those things ain't got nothing to do with basketball. Those are the things that makes him as special to me. Now, the basketball is crazy. Yeah. What he does for you on a basketball court. I saw AD was just talking about it the other day. Like, what he does on a basketball court, the gravity that he pulls. Yeah. It's insane.
The energy is crazy.
It's unbelievable, man.
Crazy.
And I am forever grateful that I always tell people, you know the most beautiful thing about Steph's career to me, not nobody else, is that I have had the opportunity to see every single bit of it.
Dog, every bucket.
Every step of the way.
Lord have mercy.
What a run. And I've been able to be there for it, man. But my love for Steph, man, like,
crazy.
I'm not sure I can articulate it.
Yeah.
Like,
I got one. Who's more competitive, you or Steph?
Ooh, that's tough. That's tough.
And who's more of the asshole competitor? You know what I'm talking about. The dude who, like, if you playing cards, he rubs it in your face. You know what I mean? Like, you shooting shots for money, they talking shit. You know what I mean?
That's me for sure. But Steph in his own way, like, he gonna give you a look. He gonna, like, not say much, but say everything. Like, you know, it's like,
he a shark.
For sure.
He a big shark.
And people don't realize it. Like, Steph will hit you with some stuff so player.
Yeah.
That you'll miss it. And you're like, oh, that was slick. Yeah. Like, he got a way about him. No, you ain't just gonna run through him. You ain't just gonna push him over. You ain't just gonna say what you like. He got a way about him. But as far as talking, like, because I'm gonna talk in every situation. Like, on the golf course, they out there golfing, and you're supposed to be really quiet on the golf course, as they say. Like, I'm talking junk to him and Clay while they swinging the golf club. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm at it. But the competitiveness amongst me and Steph, what I will say is I'm probably more competitive. I wouldn't necessarily say that. Steph's competitive as hell. Here's what I would say.
It's different.
With him, as competitive as I am, he's good at everything. Like, if it involves hands and eyes, he almost gonna win it. Yeah. And so I'm kind of coming with that fire, trying to throw you off your game, because if we go bowl, he gonna win. If we go play ping pong, he gonna win. Like, hand-eye golf, he gonna win. Like, it don't matter. Yeah. And so I would say I'm more competitive, in your face competitive, where he just gonna beat you. Yeah. You know, he gonna beat you every time, and he not gonna stop until he wins.
Oh, yeah, because people don't understand. Like, you look at him, and it's like, man, he's just like the perfect little kid. You know what I mean? Like, man, growing up now, but that's how I used to be like, damn, man, when the Warriors got, I was like, man, they got the perfect little dude. And now you see, like, man, that dude is a killer.
He's a killer.
Man, he wants the throne. He wanted to dethrone you. But that's the whole team mentality.
For sure.
And you absorb and display that energy. You know what I mean? That allows, you know, a lot of times for people, like, to be comfortable being themselves out there.
100%, because he is.
Yeah.
And by the way, you don't have to agree with everything that he is.
Yeah.
He's not going to also push everything that he is upon
No, he's
you.
not.
but he gonna march and walk in there with such confidence that you like, all right, cool, I can be me too. You know what I'm saying? And he cool with being you.
Yep.
He ain't trying to make you be him. He ain't trying to like make this group act like him. No, I'm cool. This is how I do things. This is how you do things. You should do them things your way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do these things my way, and then we're gonna make these things work. And that is our organization, right? Like,
I love that.
nobody come in there need to be anybody else. You come here, you be exactly who you are. And I can appreciate that, but one of the biggest misconceptions in the world is Steph Curry.
Mm-hmm.
Because to your point, everybody think he's like this super quiet guy, which he in a sense is, although he's not like quiet, like he don't talk, he always talk. Jokes and everything. But it's like you see the face, baby face assassin, you see the frame, and you think like, oh, he's just this little dude. They're like, oh, whatever. And it's just not, man. Like, he is a killer. He's a monster. I always tell people, him and Clay, they're two of the toughest players I've ever played with. Like, but you see them and you like, oh, no. And it's just not the case. Being a father and being a husband has taught me a lot. It's taught me, in a sense, how and when to delegate. Because my wife holds a lot down. Like, and being comfortable with her holding it down. Like, took some getting used to, you know what I'm saying? So that was huge for me. A certain softness that I had to pick up from my wife and my kids. Being a father every day is one of the most challenging but rewarding jobs that you can have, because by all means, it is a job.
It is.
And there are no breaks. There are no off buttons. Like, you must be on at all times. And I think for me, having that sense of responsibility has taught me so much, because the failures mean more. You know, when I, you know, even like going through stuff in basketball, like, the failures mean more. Like, when I go through something, like, my kids got to live that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they friends know who I am. They friends know, they watch the Warriors. You know, and so I used to be terrified of losing, terrified of failing. It's made me gain a healthy relationship with failing and losing. Because when they see you go through them failures, what's even more important is like how you bounce back from the failure.
Totally.
You lose, how you bounce back from it. Because that's what they really watching. And what that has led me to, like, people will look and say, oh man, how did he come back from this? Or like nah, it's simple. I take responsibility. I take ownership. But I take responsibility and ownership because it'll crush me if my kids didn't. Especially my son. Like, it'll crush me if he didn't take responsibility and ownership in anything that he does. Like, I preach that to him. So I can't then not take responsibility and ownership in things that I do. And I think it's made me a much better person. It's made me a better basketball player. It's made me a better leader. And I've been able to take those lessons from that and apply them to business.
Love that.
And it's special, man. I think for me, my family, it's just made it all worth it. It's given it all a purpose. Like, I know why I do everything that I do, you know, and through the exhaustion, like, I have my why. And I think that's the biggest thing for me, is like my why. And like, they are that for me. And it's taught me, like, in being a husband and being a father, I was a father first, then a husband. It's just taught me a sense of responsibility that I see some guys that don't have kids in the league that don't have that sense of responsibility. And I'm very appreciative of it, because it's actually a really big deal.
That's amazing. You know, I think that just this conversation alone, I've learned so much. You know what I mean? And like, we all got perceptions of people. We all, you know, see our stars and our favorite players on the team we root for. And a lot of times, and I think for this show and what we doing for Big is like understanding what that DNA is, right? Why you are one of one, why you're so driven. I think the key was you start to understand, you know, how to win, right?
Facts.
And also how to lose, right? And losing is not the end of all, because it should be building blocks for success.
100%.
And then also understanding your teammates when you building a business, when you building, understanding them, understanding what makes them go, what makes them happy, how to defend them, right? Because if you are the leader, if you are the CEO of your company, you know, that is ultimately your responsibility. You know what I mean? And so, you know, how do you hold people accountable? How do you make sure they hold you accountable? How do you, you know, how do you create this iron sharpen iron winning pedigree? And so I thank you for this, my bro.
Yes, sir.
We definitely got to have you back. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Winning pedigree. You're talking about central intelligence. You're talking about a heart of gold, but you're talking about getting it out the mud, digging to go find your gold, right? Putting all the people around you, understanding that there's a beauty to learning them as they learn you, and then never be afraid to grow. Thank you, Draymond Green.
Appreciate you,
This
brother.
is Business Inside the Game. We out.